so happy we alive.
Growing up around the corner from Jamey and across the street from Ron Butch Neal, Jamey has been my Sunday school teacher for over 15 years. Before that, his brother Stan had the good job. And as you can imagine, we've discussed many controversial subjects, probably from atonement to Zionism, often to the dismay of the more fundamentalists. We've been scrutinized and censured, and I feel sure Billy reported to the district superintendent on occasion. But Jamey feels that anything that is true, be it music or theology, has no fear in examination. So far, no one has been struck by lightning. Also, it might be my connection to Jamey. We have one thing musically in common, and Jamey and I talked about this not long ago. We both started out taking music lessons from a little white-haired lady over in Glenwood Park, and we both got the same doggone letter sent to our mothers. It started off, Mrs. Aebersold, Mrs. Mathis, after several months of working with your son, I have determined he has no musical ability, and your money could be spent better in other endeavors. Well, Mrs. Aebersold's letter was absolutely wrong. Unfortunately, Mrs. Mathis' letter was right on the money. All of this aside, Jamey, we are here to offer a toast. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please rise and lift your glasses. Did you get your gravy? Jamey, we salute the genius of your music. We admire your success, and we are most grateful for your generosity. We sincerely appreciate the countless hours you spend with our young people, explaining the perils of smoking, setting the example that really cool guys don't smoke. We wish you and your loved ones the best of health, the utmost success in all of your endeavors, and that a challenge may always be on your horizon. We toast. Yeah. It's your turn.
It's interesting that this record that, let's see, I think Pat, who brought this record? I can't even remember. David? Oh, my brother, David. Yeah, this David. And the tune that he mentioned was Honesty. David Baker here wrote the tune. He's on this little 45. We were trying to make a buck. It didn't work. Pat Harbison mentioned the green light. This is a green light. It's had a rough life. We take it to every concert. I'm going to plug it in. With
It's on.
anyhow, it's the green light, and we say when the green light's on. Oh. We tell the students that when the green light is on, that means we're improvising, we're free, we're using our imagination, we're being creative, and that's what jazz is. We play the melody at the beginning of the tune. I try to remember to hit the button, and they know what's going to happen. We're going to have fun. We never use music. We don't have a music stand. Incidentally, this is one of my earlier music stands from my high school days. J.A. It used to say Nighthawks on it, but I guess Butch's dad was a painter, and he redid it and put J.A. on it. But when the green light's on, we're having fun. When the green light goes off, we play the melody that someone else wrote, and the tune ends. And I put a little transparency up so they can kind of follow what's going on. Trying to educate them and show them that music isn't, the jazz music, we don't just go wild. But they kind of like the green light. I do too, and that's what we're referring to, the green light. Actually, we started this a long time ago when Dave and I did school concerts. 40 years ago, the light was white. Yeah. I don't think they had green lights then. Okay, I've made some notes here, and I've made a bunch more notes just while these people were talking and so forth. Things came to mind, and I'll go as quickly as I can. I do want to thank Chris. Chris, you did a great job. Didn't he? With the bongos and everything, getting that together. And I'd like to thank the 5 toasters. It was hard for me to sit out there and remember that they're talking about me. It was just strange. It's strange. It's still a little weird. I'm still getting used to this. And I tried to talk them out of it 6 months ago when we got together, and I said, no, you got to get somebody else. Somebody else. And they insisted, and Sarah insisted, so we went ahead with it. Chris, you mentioned your French horn. I don't know if you got time tomorrow, but we could get together and I could get with you with volume 1. And we could work on it. This is the original volume 1. And it says on the back, cover designed by Chet Neal. That's Butch Neal, the bass player. You heard his father. He worked at the Rialto Theater. Isn't that right, Butch? Yeah. Did the signs. He did this, and he also made this logo on the back. I don't know if you can see it or not. Is Bob Lips here? Yeah. Bob here? Okay. He printed my first book. Here it is, right here. Printed the first book. I typed it up on my little, probably limiting typewriter, you know. And we pressed 1,000, and I think on the second version I had enough money saved up that we went to a blue color to match the record. And Matt Eve, the fellow that's been with me for about 30 years, we were eating about a month ago somewhere, lunch, and I said, why didn't you go to college? He said, well, I started studying with volume 3, and my ear and my technique got so good. I said, well, gee, you know, he gave this to me for free. It's like a free college, so I don't think I need to go to college. I said, that's why you didn't go to college? He said, yeah. And his plan is very good. Matt's got good ears and everything. So this was the one that got him going. That was 1971 when we came out with this. Never will forget it, too. I sent the record up to Chicago to have it made, and the guy took it upon himself to make this cover. 251 progression, which means nothing to most people. And I remember he charged me $100 to design that cover, and that was like $1 million. And I said, well, gee, he didn't even ask me, you know? Then I got to thinking, well, what else am I going to use? I guess I'll pay him the $100 and go with it. And thousands and thousands of CDs later and LPs later, it's helping people all around the world. I'm going to put this picture, have somebody put this picture back over the table, but this is my dad. He's on the upper right. You can't really see it here, but it's the Indiana Bandoliers, and he played the tenor banjo. And after Maud Thomas fired me, actually, I played the piano a lot longer than these people said. I think I played it for 5 years, or I tried. And I enjoyed it, and I've often said when I'm doing my workshops with students, I've often said I had my piano teacher ask me to improvise in the key of F sharp or A minor for next week. You know, learn the scale, learn the fingering, and improvise. I'd still be playing the piano. I would never have had to go to banjo, saxophone, oboe, flute, clarinet, and bassoon. That's where I've been, and bass. Been to bass, that's 7. Count the piano, that's 8. I've been through 8 instruments, sort of, you know. But the fact that she didn't ask me to improvise, it just got kind of boring. And I remember she fired me, and I went home, and I walked in the back door, and I got more whippings than either of my brothers. They know that. The pancake was always kind of warm. A pancake turner was always warm.